Hey everybody, Fishman here. Welcome to the video. This is Fishman Log number 132, and as you can see, the indoor pond is really full of plants. Not only is it now holding all the plants from the pruning I've been doing the last little while, it is also holding all the plants from the large U-shaped paludarium, which had that little interesting accident recently, and it's now empty. So all the plants came into here. The fish are in another aquarium. And as you can see, the guppies, and there's actually a pair of Gardner Achilles in here. You can just see them in the middle there. They're doing fine. I mean, there's enough room for them. But that repair job will definitely have to wait until the new year. So they're in here for, well, at least the short term anyway. So I needed to do more maintenance. I was getting a bit behind, as you recall, because of that new job I took on. So I started cleaning out this side of the fish room, well, basically pretty much right before I took this video. So it's a little bit cloudy still. I did a good mulm vacuum up, and I moved the filter that was over in the tank to the left into here because, well, I just want to give the crabenzas a bit more room. And it doesn't really matter. The killifish don't mind extra filtration. It's not their favorite thing, but I don't think we're going to have any issues with it. As you can see, this tank was really stirred up. It had a rather substantial layer of mulm on the bottom. I let it go because, well, the killies don't mind the extra bit of, well, first off, mulm, and secondly, the extra bit of acidity because of it. And they lay a bunch of eggs in it. So I siphoned that all off into a container, and we'll see what hatches out of that. That's the crabenzas down there, and I'm pretty sure she is guarding some eggs, but we'll have to see. And this thing here, I keep going back and forth on it. It's flowing nicely, as you can see, and it does filter quite well. I mean, you can't tell at the moment because it's all stirred up, but there's no real reason to take it apart at this point, and also, of course, I am very limited in time. So this got a big, well, big clean out, and so did this row here. And as you can see, the hat borlei are not skittish fish normally, but when you get in there and you do a bunch of work, they get a little timid for a few moments. But by the end of my cleaning session, it was about 20 minutes. They're all back to being perfectly happy, and they realize the world's not ending. It was just a tank cleaning, and they're such a lovely fish. I very much like these. I need to get them in a bigger aquarium, of course, and hopefully start breeding them again. But anyway, like I said, they're really nice, and I'm very happy that they're doing well. This tank only has a pair of platies in it. I have to do something about that. It's an awfully big aquarium just for a pair of platies, so I might start thinking about dividing the angels up a little bit and getting them set up for more breeding. I need to, well, get about 4 or 5 in an aquarium, give them a slate, and see if they're interested in pairing up and that sort of thing. This also got a big clean, still obviously stirred up. These are the leopardanios, and I, again, need to start breeding these. It all comes down to time, guys. Finding enough time to fit everything together always seems to be the big issue. So this is the last big cleanup setup I did. I did a bunch of pruning, and that all went, of course, into the pond. These guppies are doing really well. I'm very happy with how this tank is doing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with any of them. But believe it or not, I mean, I pruned this tank, and, well, it's hard to tell. That's the problem with plants. As they grow really well, in a couple of weeks, it's pretty much back to where you want it, where it was before. And this one's a bit better. I think I took a bit more out of this tank. And as you can see in the back, I remember I had a bunch of duckweed I was trying to get rid of. There's still a little bit there. And that's part of today's maintenance as well. I am going to try and get rid of a bunch more of that. I would like to get it down to a dull roar. It is going to come back, but the more I take out, the longer it will take for it to, well, take over the aquarium, and I definitely want to avoid that. So you can see these have been pruned back a little bit more aggressively, and I haven't really noticed anything about them changing. Obviously the tanks are still doing quite well. I didn't do anything on this aquarium. You can see it stays nice and clear. I have been looking for, well, not as much as I have been, but I have been looking for, shrimplets, and I haven't really noticed anything since that last time. But again, these things take time. So they're all doing well. You can see them right there underneath all that Java moss, and there's one over here in the filter. And like I said, they're nice and happy, and I haven't had any fatalities, and they are breeding from time to time, and hopefully I'll get another batch soon, and well, get the numbers up. I mean, there's only about 10 in here, and I would like that, obviously, into the dozens. I've decided I don't really care for this Lexan lid. These stay nice and straight, and are easy to move around, and I don't have issues with them. This one sags, and as you can see, a bit of water is pooling there from the filter, so I think I am going to, at some point, again when I have time, put this style lid on that tank. So I've topped these up, and I've fished out whatever duckweed I could find, and I think I got most of it, but I know you can't get rid of it. It's going to be there. It's always going to be there. How long it takes to come back is pretty much the only thing that need to concern myself with. So what I'm going to do here is have a quick look in a few minutes, and then I'm going to put the lids back where they belong, because I was getting a lot more evaporation. And we are into winter now, so it's a good idea to keep the humidity in the fish room as low as possible. So there's one. Like I said, it's hard to get it all. I will fish that one out, but again, there's going to be more that I've missed. So the lids are all back in place, and this side of the fish room is good for another couple of weeks. And that's getting kind of caught up in what I need to do. But again, it's a fish room. There's always lots more. So one of the things I actually wanted to get to that I mentioned a few weeks ago is I want to start dealing with this. The calla lily, it's not going to survive, I don't think. I'm going to keep it in the fish room for a little while longer, see if it's going to regrow. This lemon geranium is doing really well. Unfortunately, it's getting to the point where it is not standing up anymore. That needs to be, I take clippings off of it and get them started and get that all set up. I have an idea for a watering system for it, and I want to hopefully have time to get to that. But this is my first project. So what I've done is I picked the 10 best cultures, and I give them a bit of a stir, a bit of a water change, and a little bit more hay. So they're all set and ready to go. And I put this up here because I want to get this, it's a desktop tank. I built it a long time ago now, and I always meant to set it up, and I want to get this going, and it's got a lot of light here, so it should work out quite well. Oh, and one more thing, I added 2 more of the large jars. They're also just food cultures, but I wanted to set them up here. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Leave comments, let me know what you think about everything. And also, thanks for being patient with my new work and, the fewer videos I've been putting up. So thanks again, I'll see you in the next video, and bye for now.